stuff, and they still here. They love me too. We got to make this work. Most people gone by now. And that's what when we got rid of the rites of passage, this is how our minds created one for us. In order for us to weed through the weak relationship to find a solid relationship, we learn a series of foolish and ignorant things that run weak people away. They run, if the relationship is beginning off as a weak relationship, what we learn going through relationships teaches us how to get rid of the riffraff. But then there's always one we can't get rid of. They're either still standing there physically, or when we physically leave, they attach to us emotionally and we can't break the attachment. Sometimes that's due to other outside factors like blood rights or agreements made that haven't been correctly severed, contracts, soul contracts like that. But sometimes there's no contract involved. It's just the truth. And that also is a perfect candidate for you to do a ceremonial ascension with another person. And people keep forgetting that we can do that. Women get bitchy. Why do women get bitchy in a relationship? They losing their power and the man is not doing anything to empower her as a woman. That's fine, Jacqueline. Inbox me. As long as a man don't do nothing to empower a female as a woman, a relationship is going to always be rocky. As long as he's chopping her knees off every time she tries, and the same with him, as long as she's bringing him down every time he's trying to move forward and upward, the relationship not going to last. It can't work. Right? So we get to a point in our ascension where we start to see the rules for Judgment Day. Now I'm going to go over young Pharaoh, who I love that brother to death. That brother, he one of the Grail Kings too. I don't even know if he's aware of it, but I think he is. You know what, Curtis? I'm not gonna deal with the attachment in the Buddha right now. But we're gonna touch on that. So on another video we'll go over some of the teachings of the Buddha and Dalai Lamas of the past, and maybe even some of the other great teachers, and what they were really talking about. The attachment that the Buddha talk about is attachment to the negative vibrations, the low vibration things that you attach to, because you got to attach to something anyway. All right, so now we ready to ascend. We ready to move to the next level, but there's a problem. We still got to clean this mess up. You can't go to nobody's house, mess their kitchen up, and just leave. That's rude, dirty, obnoxious. That's just foul. So before we can ascend into the fifth dimension, we have to clean it up. What do I mean by that? We have to show the people a lot of the deception out in the open in real time. So last week I heard young Pharaoh and General Seti called Dr. York out to judgment. Now, it sounds like they offered a debate to Nuwabians. So if you're a Nuwabian or if you know one, y'all need to pay attention. Pharaoh produced a document. It was a herpes test. And this herpes test is what they call in court, they call it a statement of fact. It's a statement of fact because it's medical evidence that has to follow a chain of command in the court system. And following the chain of command, it is presented as a piece of evidence to support the allegations and why they're there. So Pharaoh produced the document, right? That's part one. Now, if the other two parts not met, he's not calling for a judgment day. Second part. The second part is the vexation of the grievance. Now, the vexation of the grievance is supposed to be rude, obnoxious. Who you looking for? There you go. So the vexation of the grievance, a classic example. A classic example of vexation of grievance is Tupac. Tupac done everything by the code of righteousness. That's crazy because some of the stuff he was doing, you would think he was dead wrong. But the vexation of the grievances is the most critical part of the equation. So they went through a series of vexations of the Catholic Church being condemned for pedophilia, black people concealing in their families and in their communities the same shit that the Catholic Church doing. And before we can go deal with Francis and his pedophile priests, that we have to first clean our own communities up. That was the grievance vexed by young Pharaoh, followed by SETI putting the final call for judgment on Dr. York. And that being to say that they represent the ancestors. At that point, I can't, even if I'm a Nuwaubian, I can't defend or condemn York. I have to listen to the facts. Because when the facts is presented, it's a couple things that has to take place. The public, the more I see if it's a valid or invalid judgment on York, the more I see it, the more powerful it be. So the judgment that's taking place with York is critical for his liberation if you're a Nuwaubian. And I see you, Christ. So SETI said, this is real. I'm standing here for my ancestors. At that point, Judgment Day. The third prong of calling for judgment has been met. I don't care if the Nuwaubians defend him or not. They should if they think he's innocent. And if he turns out, we have to use the judicial.
Yeah, they not.
Yeah.
Man,
They calling them illegal aliens.
Yeah.
And they the ones who's got the blood right to the land, and that's why they keep coming home.
Dang. That's crazy.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let's move on. Okay, so now they didn't made their trek across the land. You see how it is now?
Yeah.
It includes all that land that we was talking about.
Yeah.
Right. You see that on the right side, it looked like stair steps going up.
Yeah.
The Rocky Mountains is the natural separation right there.
Yeah. Look how it was all the way up there. Damn near almost. That's all California pretty much. And then some of like Oregon and like Utah, some of Utah. Yeah. Texas. Yeah.
You can side by side compare it to a modern American map.
Mm-hmm.
Now remember, the blue part, now look at it, the United States of America, and cross the Appalachians and move to the Rockies.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now they back against the Rockies. They got the Mexicans over the hills from them. And this is the Mexican-American War. This is the American invasion to wrestle. The English want to wrestle the country from the Spaniards.
Dang, that's crazy, bro. Right there, too.
Okay, now, by treaty, this is what they annexed from them. Annex means that you hold part of the treaty back until certain conditions is met. Now, Mexico is just as oil rich as Saudi Arabia damn near. Let's pull up Mexico oil reserve.
Okay, let's get them.
Mexico don't nobody need to be poor in Mexico. When I get done showing you what I'm about to show you, nobody in Mexico should be poor.
Man, crack. Hey, somebody say Rod Hayes get these niggas, man. Look at the oil reserve. Damn.
Go to the main page so it can tell you how much they got.
Oh, look. What? Fortune. What? Let go. Real quick. So they got 50. Magnitude.
Go back to the main page because we want to see.
Okay, let me go back.
Okay, go to all at the top.
I got you. Let me get this out of the way. It says 58 billion barrels.
5.8 billion barrels.
Yeah, from here. Yeah.
Okay, what it say in 2021? Crude oil reserve in Mexico amounted to 5.8 billion barrels, a decrease of 50% from the 10.5 billion barrels reported in 2009. Mexico is the second largest crude oil producer in Latin America, ranking behind Brazil.
Damn.
Why they poor? That ain't
all. Yeah, go ahead. Get these niggas right.
Right. So pull up Mexican mineral wealth.
Mexico is amongst the world's largest producer of oil, silver, copper, gold, lead, zinc, natural gas, and wood. Other minerals such as mercury, cadmium, anonymous, magnesium, iron, and coal, and also are found.
Okay, now look, before you go any further, see the dark print?
So, amongst the world's largest producers of oil, silver, copper, gold, lead, zinc, natural gas.
So again, why is they leaving Mexico to come up here for a fucking job?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Now, all the same, pull up Texas oil production. This would have been Mexico wealth too, had America not annexed Texas.
Crude oil, 15,000?
15 point.
Okay, so point.
612 million barrels.
Damn. That's why Texas is one of the richest states up in the United States. It's more billionaires in Texas than anywhere.
Right. Now watch this.
Yeah.
This oil is not traded on the open market. The American military buy all American made oil for the National Reserve.
Uh-huh.
All of this oil, they've been buying it from the producers or the producers. They've been buying the oil and they've been saving it for critical times. In case, because remember, they defeated Japan by cutting off their fuel supply.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what made the Japanese become kamikaze or wind warriors, flying their planes into the boats.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right? So they stealing the wealth from Mexico. Somebody is. Right? So the people not getting they all of this is belong to the people of Mexico.
Hey, there's a connection between, because when Madrid took over, because he was a connection with Bushnell, and Bushnell was connected with the Rockefellers, and the Rockefellers, John D. Rockefeller was the all Standard Oil, and they was down there in Mexico drilling for oil, Standard Oil. That's John D. Rockefeller now.
Now watch this. Put in Arizona oil wealth.
Oh shit. Somebody say, shit.
All of this came on the heels of the Louisiana Purchase.
All right. Oh yeah. Texas is the richest. Okay, hold up. What does it say right here?
Okay, it said they don't have an oil reserve.
Okay. No proof.
Or natural gas reserve. Okay, so put in New Mexico.
Yeah, they have collected 7.8 billion. Project can go okay. States all search Mexico.
It said the state accounted for more than 11% of total U.S. crude oil production.
What? That's a big number though. 10% is a big ass number. That's a big ass number.
Yeah.
That's like 100,000 out of $1 million.
Yeah, look at the number. Crude oil. 3.365 million barrels. That's 3.365 billion barrels of crude from New Mexico. Now remember this all revenue that Mexico as a nation would have had they not annexed this. Now let's look at Nevada and California to see how much wealth is being stolen by the organic people from Mexico proper.
It says they 15 small oil fields in the 3 areas of state. All right, hold up. So it says Nevada.
It's not significant. Okay, now California.
All right, we got you. But that's still a lot. But 10% just alone in New Mexico.
Yeah. Now that didn't even count what they getting as Mexico and what they would be getting if Texas was still Mexico.
1.8 million barrels is coming from California every day. Oh, it's consumed every day. Hold up. Damn, that's a lot of. Oh, this. Oh, and California has now. Oh, Texas.
The question is, if they're producing this much gas fuel in California, why is their gas prices so much higher on the West Coast?
Exactly. That's a good question.
All right, now, so we know that somebody's stealing money from Mexico. They use the treaties to annex California, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, and Texas from Mexico. Texas became the Lone Star State. It's the only state that doesn't need congressional approval to sever from the Union. So the state of California, the state of Texas, if it decided to secede from the United States, can form itself up into many as 5 different independent nations. This is all in a treaty arrangement. Right? So now Texas got representatives in the Senate and Congress because they became a state. The same as with New Mexico, Arizona, California, and Nevada. Now, all of these people that they calling the illegals, this is what they stealing from them proper.
Fire, man.
So when we talk about the Indigenous Rights Act and reclaiming the wealth of the land, reparations is pocket change. It's a distraction. Because we got full right to the mineral wealth of the earth according to the motherline coming out of Big Mama house. Right? The coal and the gold. So in this case, liquid coal, which is oil.
That's right.
Right? So when you're looking at people in poverty, don't think that their nation is poor because the people in poverty. Just realize that somebody's stealing the money at the top and not sharing the wealth with the people from the land. And the people need to be in the outrage. But the people are so busy trying to make their day-to-day life that the harder the taskmaster and the more oppressed they keep them, the less they can see their way out of the oppression. The guy, put this name in your Google. I want people to see who he is. His name is Emilio, Amilio Zapata, Zapa.
I got him. Yeah. We got his head right here.
This is DeMarcus Garvey of Mexico.
Oh, yeah. I made a movie about this dude.
They don't like us talking about him.
Let me blow him up.
Click the first picture. That's the one I like of him with the big Garvey mustache.
I got you. Let me get him out there. Let me get him. Right there.
He
look like Pablo S. He look like that dude. What's that one name? Not Pablo. Yeah, the other one that was working for Pablo. That they kept on arresting. The feds kept on arresting. He broke out. Not Gustavo. What's that dude name? Somebody drop in the chat. They know who I'm talking about. The one that was moving in the underground. Let me get him pulled up, right? Damn, what the hell just happened?
You were just in there.
Yeah, I'm like right here. I got it right here. Boom. I got a bigger hard drive on the way, so I'm gonna have this all neater. So and I'm gonna have all your folders, every class we do saved up. All right, so okay, where is it at? Boom, I got them right here. Oh yeah.
So Emilio Zapata.
Chapo, yeah, Chapo, that's his name. Chapo. He look like El Chapo.
No, he don't look like El Chapo.
Yeah, dark, darker though. You know, he got the black. He got some black in him or whatever. A dark skin.
Well, he was probably about my complexion. But listen, his name Emilio Zapata. We need to know about him.
Okay, go ahead.
Emilio Zapata was the freedom fighter that influenced Che Guevara. He influenced, well, he told Pablo Escobar what to do. Not Pablo Escobar, the famous Mexican
Pancho Villa.
Pancho Villa. This who gave him orders.
Okay.
Pancho Villa didn't like him. But the people knew that this man right here was the one with the solution to the national problem.